I got to ask you about one of
Mhm.
my favorite matches you refereed, which
Okay.
is Edge versus The Undertaker at Mania
Uh,
24. I'm sure you're
mhm.
asked about this all the time, but
Mhm.
memories from that match, etc.
Oh, what can I tell you? Again, biggest memory from that match was I wasn't originally scheduled for that match.
No?
No, I wasn't. They had me slotted for the tables match at the time. I was kind of labeled the TLC ref, the guy who goes out
Mm.
there because you know there's a certain comfort level that the office has with certain referees for certain slots, and they felt comfortable with putting me in that situation because you have to constantly check on talent and make sure
Yeah.
everybody's okay because they are the risks in those kind of matches are really great. But about, I want to say it was a week or two before, I was in the locker room. We were at TV, and Edge walked up and he says, "Jimmy, how you doing? Can I talk to you for a sec?" I said, "Yeah, Edge, let's go." And he says, "Taker and I were talking. We want you to ref our match at WrestleMania." I said, "Really?" I
Mm.
said, "Yeah." I said, "But I'm not scheduled for that match." He says, "Don't worry, we can get it done. We'll get it changed." I said, "It's up to you guys if that's what you guys
Mm.
want. Absolutely. I'll just." Then he brought me over to Taker, and Taker said, "Edge talked to you. You're cool with it?" I said, "You're asking me if I'm cool with it? I mean, this is the main
Yeah.
event at WrestleMania. Of course I'm cool with it." And I just said, I'll just do my best to do, my best for you guys.
Mm.
And he said, "We know you will. That's why we want you there." And, right there, I was like, oh my goodness, I got choked up and I'm like holding it back. And then went through the match. We did the whole thing. And of course, the iconic run with Charles coming down and doing that perfect
That was going
slide
to be
was,
my
was
follow-up question, actually.
was amazing. We'll get to that in a second. But when I got to the back, it's customary. You thank everybody for the match and
Mm.
stuff like that. And, Edge and I had a special relationship, us both being from the Toronto boys here in
Yeah.
Canada. I thanked him and I was getting choked up and I was really fighting to hold it back because I didn't want people to see me so emotional. And then I went to thank Undertaker and I said, "Taker, thank you so much for everything." He says, and he goes, "Were you cool with everything?" And I went, "Oh my God, you're asking, no, were you cool with everything?"
Mm.
He said, "No, everything was," he goes, "It was spot on." And I couldn't hold it back anymore. And he said, "Thank you for everything." And you know what? I said, if I never ref another match, I'm good.